Okay, I'm a little bit pissed right now. You see, Battleborn dropped its price to $40 on the same day as Overwatch went on sale. Now, as I've stated before, I don't give a fuck about Overwatch. I played the beta and I didn't like it. What I'm mad about is what I'm always mad about, and that is how companies treat their consumers. You see, Blizzard has this fun little habit of releasing betas or expansions on the days where other games are trying to launch. And they did this once again with their Overwatch beta by launching it on the day that Battleborn went on sale. And after all, this is a capitalist society that we all live in. You know that old saying that is all over the world. All is fair in love, video games, and give me your goddamn money. And of course, in the bidding war, 2K has fired back at Blizzard by dropping the price of Battleborn down from $60 to $40 on the day of Overwatch's release, which is $5 less than Blizzard's game. So if anyone has ever taken a business class before, this is the perfect example of when companies compete, consumers will profit the most, whether it be a better product or a lower average price. So, with all this good luck on the consumer, why am I angry? Well, see, here's the thing. 2K dropped the price, as I said before, by a third, but they did it a mere 3 weeks after the launch of the game. As I said, from $60 to $40. So, don't you think that the people who bought the game for $60 are being just a little bit screwed over? These are the people who went out there and supported Battleborn and paid with their wallets, and they, to a certain degree, are being shafted about. I'm not asking much for them. I'm just saying that perhaps it would be nice to give those guys a little something special, like an extra skin or a gun, or just upgrade them to the people who bought the game early for those 3 weeks, upgrade them to the deluxe version because that also dropped by $20. And when I say that, what I am saying is that right now, you can buy the deluxe version of the game for the same price of the original game 3 weeks ago. And by doing this, you'll be showing some support to your fan base, the people who adopted your game early. And that way, when people start throwing shit at your company like I'm doing right now, then 2K would have something to defend themselves with. And you know what's really sad? Some people out there are probably thinking that what I am saying right now makes me sound like an entitled prick. Saying that just because someone bought the game 3 weeks ago doesn't mean that they are entitled or deserve anything. And there lies the key word. Entitled. Well, since we're having this little discussion about entitled, let's just talk about the people who make Battleborn, 2K. Let's look at a few other recent games where some people have felt entitled from our friends over at 2K. Anyone else remember Aliens Colonial Marines? Well, I'm sure a lot of people out there who bought that game felt like they were entitled to a game that wasn't a buggy piece of shite. And in response, 2K came out with a lot of excuses, all of which amounted to the response of, well, suckers, you bought the game, so too bad, bitches! Or we can move along and talk about Evolve, that 5-minute piece of crap that had no real story except for how the DLC would evolve with more purchases from your wallet. And when people questioned and started to complain about it, 2K would respond with, well, you monster-loving suckers bought the game, so too bad, bitches! You see, and that's where the problem for Battleborn comes into play. This isn't a single-player, 8-hour campaign of fun, lollipops and sunshine. This is a consistent, ever-expanding, always-online environment that they are trying to promote. And 2K's reputation for how they treat their consumers and support products after launch is shite! And people wonder why Overwatch is going to sell millions of copies. Of course they are. It's fucking Blizzard. They can release a game called Thrall's Big Old Dick and that'll sell 1 million copies. Blizzard, for as many problems as they do have, and they have many.
No. And by the way, you don't want to do that either. You think you do, but you don't.
This guy is the reason why companies have PR departments, so shit like this is less likely to happen. Fucking high horse content bastard. Just make me want to put my hands around his throat and throttle him. And then, as he squeaks out for me to stop, I can look him dead in his beady little eyes and say, stop. Stop what? You want me to stop choking you? No, you don't want that. You think you do, but you don't. But even after saying all that shite, Blizzard is always communicating with their fan bases. They even have conventions so crazy fans can come up to them and shit on them for 2 to 3 days a year. That's why their games sell so damn much. And what does 2K have that compares? Nothing but a bad reputation for treating their consumers like bitches. And yet they wonder why it's hard for any of their new IPs to take hold. Look at all these videos made by popular YouTubers trying to save this game, trying to convince people to go out and buy it, or at the very least not just skip past it. You have Total Biscuit, Angry Joe, and even fucking Boogie, along with a slew of others trying to say, hey, take a look at this game. Don't just let it pass you by. Look at what they've made. It's not Overwatch. It's not Overwatch. Fuck! And keep in mind that these are not sponsored videos. These YouTubers are doing it out of the kindness of their hearts and maybe a little bit more ad revenue because they need something to talk about. So, as a fellow YouTuber, granted a shitty YouTuber, yes I am, but here are my 2 cents. Battleborn is a good fucking game. A little bit too damn colorful, but overall a solid game, and even has a story mode that seems quite interesting. But I don't trust 2K. Because in a year's time, if this game doesn't hit some magical number that some dude in a suit says that it should hit, then I fully expect them to once again release another press statement saying that Battleborn's servers are going to close down. And if you put money into the game for content that hasn't been released yet, then I feel bad for you. Bitches! And I'm done. That's it for me. I don't want to make videos of me yelling at game companies anymore. I don't want to make serious videos. Tomorrow, I'm going to upload a video showcasing the sounds of me clicking on my Xbox One controller. And that'll be it, just me clicking the fucking controller and talking about how good it sounds when I press the buttons in. So look forward to that bullshit video tomorrow, because right now, I'm going back to fucking bed.